Good morning, everyone. Morning, France. Morning, Tapa. So I don't know why them ask me for come down here, come talk to me, And when I look at the something there, flyer, it says I must talk to my student athletes about sports and academics. I mean, someone have to know so when they dance in a school, right? But who better to talk to than the dance person? Not sure. Because I'll be honest, not true. All right, so I am Trishana McGowan. I went to the very best all-girl institution in Kingston, Jamaica. Right? Don't do that. Hi, ladies, you're pretty. No, if anybody can tell me which one is the best all-girl institution in Kingston, Jamaica, right? We might have to go find $1,000 and buy one of the credit and give them. Which open the microphones? Which all-girl school did I go to? Which one?
Excelsior.
Girl, all girls, not co-ed, mind you, that's a very good school. I'll talk about that later. One more and then.
We St. Andrew High School for girls.
Oh, big up on yourself. You don't look good. Stand up, make them sooner. All my Andrews girls, stand up. Round of applause. See, round of applause. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. But all schools, in my opinion, serve their purpose. I think that because of discipline, you find on the academic side, some schools are ranked differently, but they all serve their purpose. I had a friend that went to Papine High School, and he's running one of the NCBs. So the school doesn't make you. What you go there and do makes a difference. Good thing for you, although my brothers went to, one is now attending St. George's College, and one went to the Woolmer's Boys. So the love is real, but I appreciate all the schools that are here this morning. So let's get into it. So I went to Andrews, right? And I did track and field. But I didn't really want the netball. But because of the schedule, you know how the ISA system set, I had to choose between, well, I saw Mr. Bolt. You know Mr. Bolt, don't you? He's a bully. I'm kidding, he's not a bully. But then I had to choose between track and field or netball only because of the schedule. They would clash. And then, netball being a, contact sport, the injuries. So then now, I still use the teeth way and go do the netball. Not just me alone, a couple others. And then he would come around to netball training and say, Miss Brown, if I have them around here, so them have training. But to me, I felt like I was training. Netball, no still run up and down, full court. So one day in December, when the girls travel to universities and they go away and come back, I saw that the shirt them with the name, the school names and stuff. And Andrews girls at the time, the schools that some would go to, the Princeton and so on. So I said, I know one of them shirt here. Oh, I can't get one. I'm gonna like hand me down. So then the conversation started about scholarships and, what you do with life after high school. I said, I forgot to have one of them shirt there. So then I see no netball girl in a them shirt there. So I said, all right, I'm going to choose track and field. See, I'm a bad man and just make a decision, So first thing first is knowing what you want. You have to know what you want. I think for too long society has painted a picture that teenagers don't know what they want. That's not true. You know what you want, but sometimes the clarity might not be there. And guess what? It gets worse. The clarity might not be there even when you're 25 or 30, but that's the conversation for another time. But knowing what you want or having a like for or a strong love for can help you to lean into the direction that can take you places. I have a mantra that I stand on. Sports will take you places many only dream of. How many of you have ever made a national team, whether for track and field or any sport that you have done? Put up your hands. All right. Casey, which country you travel to? All right. Well, one go there. I know people want go there and can't afford it, plus they need visa. Where else? Keep the hands up. Keep the hands up. Where you travel to? So that enough people want to go there, so the problem. All J Trace did have problem when we are go there. They're not true. All right, where you travel to? Bermuda. I went there 2004 Carifta. Beautiful, but it did cold, even though it did a hint to summer. All right. Over there, where you went to?
Japan.
Japan?
Yeah.
And I say that because that's what they're all thinking. Yeah, enough traveling, that, you know. Is an entirely different time zone you end up in, you know. All right, so I'll take two more. I'll start with the young lady here, and then I'll take him. Go ahead. All right, so you went to the islands, and? Oh, not really. World traveler, Spanish, I'll mix up French. So I say that to say, and I will repeat, sports will take you places many can only dream of. So we all go to high schools and we know of parents, we have our own parents. So many of our parents or adults that we know, on a big pan social media, have bucket lists of places they want to go. The countries that many of you would have mentioned and some who are play shy, but we soon get to know, people have those on their bucket list and they're 40 years old and older, yes? Yes or no? But you have been there because of sports. Yes? So sports are taking the places where people are dreaming about. And it will continue to do so. So just the same, sports will take you there. And you have created the balance, even when training hard, because we all, yes, France and Tapa, we really want to show up and run, you know. We don't really want to do the training, but we have to do it. And even every day when we go Tapa, go tell us, I know so the trail leg for fix. France will go say, I know so you for jump. We make the same mistakes every day. And that's why we have coaches to guide us. Now in the classroom, it's absolutely no different. It is no different. It is a little different in the sense of how what you're applying to. With the maths, you have the equations. With English, you have, you know, the pronouns and this and that. In literature, you have to read geography, whatever it is that you're doing. So for me, when people talk about balance, balance is a choice that you have to make every single day. Now, make the adults them lie too, because they love telling a lie, you know. You see, I tell you, I don't know why they make me come down here. They might go home and say, Trishana, say, oh no, don't do that. But every day you wake up, every single day you wake up, you have to choose or you're going to balance your day. You can't wing it. Don't make nobody tell you, say, oh, because you forgot school, that's routine. How are you going to balance your routine every day? It's a choice. So you know what you're struggling with. Sometimes your friends don't know what you're struggling with. Am I right? Coach don't know what you're struggling with. They think they know, but they don't know, right? But you know what you might be struggling with. How you choose to balance is entirely up to you. Now, where others come in is saying, I need help. Because we think that balance is something that we should do by ourselves. Because, again, that's what we grow up thinking, oh, we have to do it alone. We don't have to do it alone. I tell people that I don't step into spaces. I've always been asked to be guest speaker at events. Plenty I've said no to if it's not sports, because respectfully, I can't relate to just a normal person. We're not normal. We go to training after school. People are going home. Yes? Yes or no? And they're still failing in class. Yes? Yes? That's just the reality of what it is. Because the system isn't designed for everybody to pass. And that's what the student athletes or students, yes? Now, our upper hand, which we don't realize is the upper hand, is, okay, so we get up, time school call again, my drop AJ. Our time George's call, 7:45, 7:30, all right? So you get to school for about 8 a.m. every day, unless you're sick or you can't go. You then have training after school, 2:30, and sometimes it don't start on time. So you're not finished until about 5:30, 5:45. Some journey home is longer. Yes or no? You get a memo, right? I was just playing nice because, you know, but you don't get home until some, depending on the distance to get home from school. So let's say you get home about 8 o'clock, 8:30, and you have homework. You have to eat dinner. Yes? Now, the average student, if they're not in sports or extra activities after school, they're home. If they behave themselves, because some gone about them business, where they gone to me don't know. But let's say they get home at about 4 p.m., none of our business. So they still have at least 2.5 to 3 hours on you. They don't utilize it a lot of times. Yes or no? What we have learned through sports is to balance with everything. Balancing of your emotions, balancing of your time, balancing of using of your body, your breathing, everything. Because sports requires all of that from you. Now when you go home, you know you have the homework. The cheat code for me is, which them nobody tell me long time, but no me know, and I'll tell you, is there's just some homework that you can do at school. Let's be real. You can really do at school. And doing them at school doesn't necessarily mean you're going to complete it, but you start it. And then when training, because sometimes the coaches them late, not true? Like them think we have nothing to do. They're waiting. Like, coach, you don't know some have school all day, way there. Come on. But you can start that homework and then you can complete it when you get home. That's balance. Yes or no? Or you don't think that's balance? You don't see it as balance. You don't know see it as school done, pack up your bag, them and want to go train. Nah. You're now leaving a lot of work on yourself when you get home. To eat dinner, you're tired, mental fatigue. When you go home and if you have 10 questions, you're supposed to only have 5. Yes or no? So that's a cheat code that I didn't know before, but now that I know it, I'm going to tell you what you choose to do with it, entirely up to you after today. But that is the cheat code. The next cheat code regarding balancing academics and sports for student athletes, because I'm assuming everybody inside here are student athletes, want to do sports, right? Yeah? Reading. So as a sports journalist, people like to say, how do I know so many sports? First thing is I read a lot. I make it a point of duty to read. So even when you don't have like physical homework, you read. What you do is when you read, and you don't have to read the pages only that's given, because you might know what Mr. or Sir might be going to next, right? So what you do is when you read, you might not grasp the understanding, but when teacher get to that part of the subject, you're kind of up hand now because what they're saying isn't new to you, because that's how the brain works, because with the sports, repetition becomes a habit. So even when you're hurdling and the trail leg isn't coming how coach tell you, it is still coming around, just that you're not perfect it as yet. Yes or no? When you release or coming out of the blocks or passing the ball or whatever it is that you're doing, whichever sport, you're not perfect it yet, because that's how we go to training Monday to Saturday, because we're not perfect it ever, and that's how we need the coaches. So when you read, what it does to the brain is remind you that I've seen this before, I've heard it before, so it's not foreign. So when Miss and Sir come now and I say, oh, what this you need for do, blah, 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 you say, oh, but I did read this already. So now for you, how the brain start to operate, because your student athlete is, all right, so I read this, now this is the application. Trust me. Cheat code, it makes it a lot easier. So you don't have to necessarily read just what you get for homework. You don't have to read what you know is happening this week. If you have the time, treat yourself. See it as a treat. Because you want the upper hand. Because we love to win as athletes, yes? We love to win. So the winning mentality can't just stay in sports. It have to carry over into the classroom. How am I going to do this? Is by reading. I am now ahead. Shelley and Fraser Price, 36 years old. 37 come December. LeBron James, my favorite basketball player. 37 years old, 38. Not do that. 38. Turning 38 in December as well. I know many of you follow basketball like that. Vince Carter retired at about 42, 43 years old. CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo, 38 years old. He's 40 yet? I'm close to 40, ain't it? Lionel Messi, and I can go on, 37 years old. While you find that science have redefined the sport, so we are seeing athletes having a lot more longevity, it's the upper hand that you choose to have on your opponents. You have to stay in the lab longer or shorter. And if you're staying shorter because of your age, you must be doing something different, yes or no? So as student athletes, what do you need to do differently to get ahead in the classroom or stay with the pack? You have to know, oh, I'm going to stay with the pack. It's like running 800 meters or you're doing laps in the pool. We don't fool ourselves in our sports, we try to, but we have to be realistic because we know who better than we, yes or no? right? We know we're better than we want things, so we're all equal. No, we're not, and that's fine, right? But you can't make the pack leave you, yes? Because if the pack leave you, now you have enough work to do. Unless you're Usain and can run back and pass everybody, and we know that never worked in the last race, right? Mind you was injured. I'm just saying, are you going to stay with the pack in the classroom? And I'm not talking about the other student athletes. I'm talking about the students who get to go home when you are at school or wherever you are training. You must be reading ahead. You must be noticing your areas of weakness. We have areas of weakness in our sports, yes? So therefore, we have areas of weakness in the classroom. You can't lie to yourself doing sports. The minute you start lying to yourself, you can never win. You can never medal. You have to be honest with yourself. Sports requires you to be honest. Because what? It's result-based. Sports is result-based. So when you want to tell yourself a whole heap of lie and coach want trick you with a whole heap of something, it's result-based. So you have to be truthful to you. You know, coach know, and everybody who follow the sport, whatever you're doing, know, right? Because mind you, talent is easy to identify, very easy to identify. Now, there's other areas of it, that's where it gets a little tricky. So I say that to say, balance is something we choose every day. As student athletes, we have the upper hand with knowing how to balance, just that we don't know how to utilize it. Because like track and field, like basketball, like swimming, like netball, we have coaches and they guide us. So when I started at St. Andrew High School for Girls, I left Mona Primary. And when you're going to primary school or prep school, everybody want the 100 and 200. Some things say me a fast sprinter and everything, Come on, Andrews things say Mr. Bolt, I go make me do 100 and 200. Then now the next thing I know him start say hurdles. I'm like, what? Why not long jump? But I don't want to go for them or something, huh? But then, this is where the new term, trust the process. I hate the process. Anyhow, I did trust the process. So, don't it? What is about tell me, you say? You not tell me? And me you talk about? Come over and say you chat me in front of me? You're brave. I'm kidding. No. So, he said, you're going to do the 70-meter hurdles. I'm going to go on one quick joke before I get back to the whole thing. So I said 70-meter hurdles. Mind you, I don't want to do no hurdles. I prefer to do long jump or be a cheerleader at this point. So we started working out. Kevin Price became one of our hurdles coach, among others. I said, all right, since I really want to run and I want to go to champs, I want to go to champs, let me try it. So through training, of course, I'm new to the event, figuring out the lead leg from the trail leg. The coach I say, yeah, man, you're good, man. Yeah, man, and that leg there. Una lie. Anyhow, I eventually got it. I got the qualifying standard. First track meet at JC. Some say, yeah, man, me a big deal. First meet, I got it. Still not hurdle good, but I got it. Cut to it. Got champs. Remember me run good enough. Went to champs. Guess what happened? Wait. No. Hold on. Let me tell you. Where's that happened? We're over here, so say. What do say over here, so? Last book up? Eh? So, got out very well. Was leading. Knocked one of the hurdles and fell. Guess what I did? Instead of get up, I run over the hurdle. Went under it. Yeah. I went under it. Devastated. Went around. You know how we girls can be. I said, that's why I never want to do that even. I like it. I was just furious. And I was like, I'm not doing it again. I insist I'm not doing the event again. So I was like, Mr. Price was like, relax. Because I still had the 400 meters and the relays and stuff because I'm only class 4. That's what I'm telling you. Some of the one that the event I've always been like that. And, in closing, I'll tell you all that again about, voicing to coaches your concern. Have the discussions. Coaches change now. You can't talk to them. Them civil. They might not listen, but they'll hear you. And I'm like, I'm telling them, I never want the event. I was furious. And they were like, oh, you have the relay. So, at this point in time, I don't want to run no more champs. I'm like, no, I don't want no more champs. So people come alive for me. I got it together. Finished champs. Came 6th or something at the relays in class 4. So I thought that was the end of me doing the hurdles since I flopped out in class 4. Them say you're a little bit undetermined. So the man come back in a class 3 and I do 80-meter hurdles now. Then the introduction to 4 hurdles, some figures I'm really not like me. So may I say, you never remember some job last year? I have the bruise till this very day. Can show you on the side of my foot. So I was like, all right. When we call them, say you have to trust the big people. I was all right. I'm listen to the man. When I tell my mother I don't want to do the event, she listened to Mr. Bold. So I say, who am I for talk to? Went to training, I did the hurdles. Got to the final for the 80-meter hurdles. Finished 5th. I was like, all right, that's not bad. That's not bad. Then came the 4 hurdles. Made the finals. One of the youngest. Finished 7th in the final. May I say, all right then. So next year, I'm already know. Fully who said. I'm already know, man. So then I realized that I was much better. Here I wasn't doing the sprint hurdles and finishing a top 5 and thing. And I said, I might event this, man. Then Mr. Boy got serious about the 4 hurdles now. So me I said about how we reach us. So, my head. That time I'm like, so we go from, no, yes, how we did there. Again, trusting the process because we all need help and guidance in order to balance what appears to sometimes think filled with cobwebs or not that. So we need somebody to sometimes give us the clearer picture and tell us a little bit about who we are and what our capabilities might be. Because sometimes we think we know, but that just might not be it. There might be more to us than what we think on the netball court, on the track, in the pool. So I realized I can't get out of the hurdles. So I might as well just stop complaining, show up and do it, and work with it. I finished champs with a silver medal in the 4 hurdles. So I said, all right then. I guess it's a big thing. I do my part. But I never really wanted to do it because I thought I was good at something else. But it took the guidance of my coach to say, trust me, trust your capabilities, and you can get it done. So all of us inside here are student athletes. Whether you inside here are doing well academically and balancing well, you might have somebody next to you or of those on your team or other teams, they're struggling. Mind you, some of them are struggling and not talking, so you don't know, so you can't help. Yes? There are athletes who are struggling. They're not struggling because of the lack of talent, right, Tapa? Right, Franz? But other things that's causing them to not excel, but they're still not talking because we do have lives and personalities outside of what we do. The world, the school population see us just as student athletes. They said to whom much is given, much is expected. And it took me a minute as a teenager to grasp that because I just wanted to be the regular teenage girl in school. And then I made character team. I went to Penn Relays. I started traveling CSE games. I realized that, but I'm not normal. Yeah? But it took me a while to understand that because we want to fit in with the regular population in the school. Yes, we go there. Let me tell you, that's what they want you to think. You go to the school, we're one. We're all students. They said athletes come after. That is true. But when you look at your life, I'm going to give you like 30 seconds to think about it. Right? Think about Monday to Fridays when you go to school. What your daily routine entails. And you have other friends who don't do sports. Think about it and then you can shout after me and tell me if you feel like they can relate to you. Did it feel, man? 30 seconds. Everybody can answer. Aloud. Do you feel the regular population at school that not participating in a sporting discipline can relate to you? But the principal, who say yes? But you'll find that the school population, mommy and daddy, will tell you otherwise, and that's okay. But you know your daily routine. You know the balance that is needed, that you have to put forward so that you can get the results that you're getting. I see a lot of the boys and girls and some of you in your sixth form uniform. It was not easy to do those exams and excel and still doing the sport that you love. Some of you had to double down a little bit maybe on the sports to get the results academically. Yeah? So balance is something you have to choose every day. Academic balance is something you have to choose every single day. You have to read ahead. You have to start that homework when coach is late for training. Even one of those questions, you have to start before you get home so that the pack is not leaving you. Because when the pack leave you, it's hard to play catch up. It's hard to play catch up. And that's not just, again, in sports. That's life. So you cannot let the pack leave you. While you're still going at your own pace, right? You saw, what's her name again that ran the 1,500 meters? Not Aisha Proutlier. Next one, this year in the 800 meters. The 1,500 meters is her better event. But she never met the pack leave her. She got a personal best performance. You can't let the pack leave you. You know. You know you. You're in a race. You're on the court. And you feel good. And you say, yeah, man, I have it together. You think you have it together. But things start to happen within that moment. So what do you have to do? You know what coach said, but you know have to navigate what is best for you in the moment and the process, yes? So that you can get the best result. When you finish, you say, coach, but I did feel something. My head thing that you can be honest with coach. I think that you should be honest with your coach. Who else you got honest with? You all are there between 2:30 up to 6 p.m., The least we can do is be honest with each other. Like, okay, they get nervous and I panic. I remember the first time I went to Cariftal and I got lane 8. I never run out of lane 8 yet. I said, how can I lane this? I'm there firing. I'd never run out of lane 8. I was like, oh. Lennox Graham, former head coach at Kingston College, was our head coach on the trip. I called him. I said, I'd never run out of lane 8 and I think I'm feeling funny. He said, oh, just another lane. Treat it like, he said, which is your favorite lane? I said, 4, 5, or 6. He said, oh, it's 4, 5, or 6. Just run the race. Run the race 1. I'm just saying. You know you. Coach know you. It's the least you can do to get the results that you want is to be honest with those around you. Mommy, I'm not doing good in maths. I'm not doing good in English. What do I do? If she can't afford it, you find somebody at school. There's a teacher. There's somebody at school that can help. But you have to speak up so that the pack not leave you. We don't want the pack leave you in other sports, but we don't want it leave you academically. You have to figure out, oh, I am not going to let the pack leave me so I can stay in balance. And I'm telling you, all of you inside here that does sports, don't let them tell you have to be great. That's a lie. You don't have to be great. There are 50 states in America. Are 50 or 52? 52 states? Yeah. See America big? When I was at that time for scholarships, at that time for me it was like Auburn, Florida State, Miami, which else? South Carolina were like the big universities, University of Texas, or the top universities that everyone really wanted to go to. But then when I got there, I realized like, oh, that's a foreign big, enough schooled about, man. And as I have gotten older, guess what? They love us. They love us. They love Jamaicans. I'm not talking about the Caribbean. I'm not talking about the regular students. Them don't want them there. The regular students, the first thing they look at, what can you offer my school? Coach is here. They're wondering what you can offer my school. Princeton now participating in a college football for winning. But their student bodies are participating. Right? Campion College are do good now in a Manning Cup. They know they're not going, but they're participating. That's just the reality. And that's balance. No. What's the school I Kemba went to again? Mount Alvernia? Them are going champs. But they've created a balance. Them now win, man. For win, you think winning is easy something? Winning, for you to win, in the pool or on the track, or it's a different ball game if you want to win it now. We're not going to get into that today. We don't have the time for that. Winning is a different ball game, honey. Right? We all want to win. That's why we're doing it. But then we're still missing stuff. A lot of schools. But anyway, yeah, when you want to win, it requires you to go to a different place. And it requires the schools to go to a different place when you want to win. So back on track about the Campion College, the Princeton, and them, the school there. When them participate, when them look for you something, them want, if you can't look at table tennis, so if table tennis come up, them can't bring in fans, come to the table tennis. Me don't want you just in my school, come and go. You're contributing nothing, and not for only the about, me could have bring in anybody. They require uniqueness from individuals. Sports athletes, student athletes are unique. We are unique. The lessons that you will learn, and the lessons you learn as a student athlete, you're not going to see it now because you're young and hot. But when going gets tough as an adult, let me tell you that determination and how you figure out and how to balance within the workplace and at your yard as a grown man and woman, husband, wife, or girlfriend, whatever it is, it's coming, you will realize, but when me did the sports, this me did need for do. When life comes at you, and them wonder how it bounces off of you, people wonder how, they like to say, you don't make nothing bother you. First of all, honey, life is short. I am not about to do that, right? We are about to live, right? But I'm saying that to say, when life comes at you in regular time, outside of the sports, because there will be the life after sports, that's why I only need for doing schoolwork. The body hot now, so you can also run so not tired, even though I still get tired. Don't forget tired. When you're young. But anyhow, when you get to age 40, you have to think, what do I want to do? What do I want to help mommy with? What do I want to help daddy with? What do I want to help little brother or sister with? What do I want for me? So they don't, it's, how do I put it without yelling? So 50 states, you can get the scholarship. There are people going pro right out of high school. I don't bash either. Again, you have to know what works for you. You have to know what works for you. What works for you might not work for me. That's how I go. Choose for you. But remember that you have to live with the consequences of your decision. And athletes, entertainers, we don't take accountability very well. We blame the crew around we. And so then you never say, me I do that. Mine in the crew, they said not do that, But because we think, say, we're going to reign forever, nothing lasts forever. So whenever people say, yeah man, go pro, I say, if you're going to go pro out of high school, have a good team. And that team don't need to be a big team. It can be even a 2-man team, but they have to be trusted. They have to say to you, say, you're going down a precipice. Let me pull you out. Right, Matthew? Because, like I said, when you're high and mighty and you're doing well, sometimes you don't hear. You don't hear. You have to listen. If you want to go pro, if you want to leave high school and then go overseas to one of the 50 states, so make nobody tell you, say, I hope nobody not recording this, but you still like how Arkansas to go and everybody want to go there? That's fine. But remember, 50 states, I am telling you, there's a university for you. It doesn't have to be Arkansas. Now, if it be Florida, you know what, itch up on mommy and daddy. Go up to Dakota, not Dakota, go make life. Go Indiana. Go Tennessee. You remember what I started out with? And I'm going to repeat it. Sports will take you places. Many only what? You have people in New York, never left New York yet. Am I wrong, coach? And because of sports, you have had the opportunity to go Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, Japan, people dream of those places. And because of sports and your talent, you have gone there. And you never have to pay $1. You did have to pay $1? You did pay money for go Japan? Free trip paid for, girl got flew out. Right? So in balancing, you have to know what you're balancing. We don't teach our student athletes what it is that they're balancing. We just dash pan there, you have to balance. What should I balance? I don't like it because I have a different love for student athletes. I call them my babies. So like I said, I've been always invited to stuff to speak. I don't want to go in a room where people cannot relate to me. Because if you can't relate to me, I just like a stand up as envying. We can relate to each other, right? So it makes it flow. You understand the place I'm coming from, and I know you will leave here with something. Don't let the pack leave you. Do not let the pack leave you in the classroom. You have to find that balance. If you get 8 subjects and you can't manage the 8, go talk to mommy and daddy and say, let me do 6. Nothing wrong with 6. There's absolutely nothing wrong with 6 subjects, but you have to choose the good 6. You have to choose a 6 that you know will take you places. A science subject, maths and English. What else do you need, friends? Also, no. So you're choosing. And sometimes, when you choose sometimes, people not gonna like that, you know. When they didn't know. Because student athletes, when we're ready for make decisions, you know, a problem, you know, can be a problem. Because if we decide, so we're not gosso, attach a man between we and coach and the entire household, it can be a whole lot of chaos. But at the end of the day, do not let the pack leave you. You have to find the balance. And in my opinion, student athletes have the cheat code of knowing how to balance. But you have to know what you're balancing. So don't make nobody just come every day and say, do this. No. When make me do this. You must have a direction in which you're going. Don't it? When you're not the sports, you know why you're doing it, don't it? Because you know, say, if you not lift the leg, if you not have the hand the right way, the baton can miss. And the bat now go drop and the whole team in a problem or a whole heap or something, yeah? So you know why you're doing that. You know why the hands have to set like that so the baton is placed between here. You know, so as a basketballer, what the center forward supposed to do from when to do. Right? The defender know when to do on the football field. We all have a purpose in sports. We carry that over into the academics. What is the purpose? Why am I doing it? Why do I need to do all these subjects if it won't serve me well? Have the discussion with coach and mommy and daddy. Not because they're mommy and daddy. You can talk to them. Tell them I said you can talk to them. You'd be surprised when you start talking to them. What happens? They'll be like, oh, that's how she did feel. That's how him did feel. But because you go home and you just eat the dinner, you just do the homework, and you're tired, you know what you know? And you're bucking, and then you're righty wrong something. And then you come get some little grades in your homework where you're supposed to pass. No, that's where me and I have a problem. That's where I have huge problems with my student athletes. We're not supposed to fail homework. We're supposed to come beg one of the bright girl in high school and say, come help me with this. They want to help us. They don't like us sometimes because we're all that. Respectfully speaking. Am I wrong? And you can't tell me if I'm wrong, you know. Am I wrong? So, jealousy at the teenage stage is a whole different ball game. How you used to utilize that is entirely up to you. So look at it this way before I go. You do well on the track, you do well on the court, you do well on the football field, you do well in your tennis. Now, to get the opportunity to have one of the boys and girls who are doing well, the regular students, because some of them bright, you know, they don't have nothing to do, so they're bright, some of them, not all. And says to them, say, I need your help. Nobody no need for no. You say, all if them want to talk, say, no, so my help her with her homework, I'm helping with them homework. Honey, I got me a B from a C to a B. You can keep talking. My objectives are being met, just like on the track, in the field of play. Coach, I go get assistant coaches to help you. I'm going to come help you himself because him say you need the help. Yeah? Coach, say that you need the help. Yes or no? And coach sometimes himself need help, so him have to find somebody, you know. Whether he can pay them or not is a whole different conversation, but him have to find somebody. What does that tell you? We need help so that we can balance. Balance is not something you can do alone. No make nobody tell them that. Not take on the world by yourself. So no young, pretty and handsome. That will mash you up. Take help. Find a way to balance. Don't let the pack leave you. Do not let the pack leave you. 50 states in America, they love Jamaican athletes. Do your part. I heard Mr. Miller spoke about D1 schools. The D2 schools are doing extremely well. Their funding is going up. The D3s are also on the rise. The junior colleges, they have improved. They have improved, right, coach? And not just academically, but competitively. Fred Curley, who follow track and field? Who follow track and field? You don't know Fred Curley? No. Who say it? All right. So Fred Curley, the American, went to junior college and then went on to a 4-year university. You have so many. I can call on a lot of Jamaicans who went to junior college, right? Veronica Campbell Brown, and then she went on to Arkansas University. So there is no one shoe fit all, because someone of foot bigger than some, right? So there's no one shoe fit all for no student athlete. There's a university crying for a Jamaican, I can tell you. They might not be able to give you everything, but guess what? Instead of mommy and daddy having to find all of that money, they're giving you even 3/4 of something. They want us so much that they're willing to say, all right, after the first year, I will see what I can offer. And it end up being, because we're good, I want thing to do, we look at it and determine, the minute we take the plane, the American Airlines, and pass out an Amman, Montego Bay, it's a different element we in, So we go and we get one look at scholarship, and all of a sudden we do so good, bam, full scholarship next year. It has happened. 50 states in America, if that's what you want to do. We have really good universities out here. I'm a huge fan of GC Foster College. Now, a lot of our coaches that are flourishing, they went to GC Foster College, right? There's a place for every single student athlete. Don't make nobody tell you otherwise. There is a place for every single student athlete. So whether you get D's, C's, A's, or B's, there is a place for you, right? How are you going to find a place for you? You have to find the balance of what do I need to get there? Who can help me get there? But you have to know where you want to go. I mean the university, where you have a desire. We all have a desire. As student athletes, we have a feeling. It's something in here, so we're hungry for success. We want to win. And we not just want, we think it's not just in a sports we want to win. No. We're competitive. There's no on and off switch. Here's the on and off switch. The human brain and the body, there's no on and off switch. We're programmed because of sports. We're always hungry for success. Sometimes the fire might low, but when that flame is high, we want the success. We wear it as like a badge of honor, like, do you know who I am? And I don't mean in a boastful way. It's like, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. I'm used to this. So, in closing, balance is something that we are used to. We just not notice. We have it lack. You just have to know. You have to pinpoint every day. What may I struggle with? Or if throughout the day you realize that you struggle with something, you have to figure out now, Lord have mercy, I'm going to balance this out here now, so that the day can finish off a little better than it maybe even started. In a training, you struggle with something, nothing wrong. Struggle is a part of it, But you have to realize, too many of you go to training now, then pay attention. You just go through the motion, coach say do high knees, do high knees. If you set on after training, so want to learn, someone can't even tell them. That's bad. We're student athletes, and guess what? You see, when you finish now, you turn 50-year-old and 60, if you live for so long, and you have conversations, let me tell you how it goes. Coach can tell you. So this is how the conversation goes. So pretty lady in the middle. Hi, what you did in school? Yes, you, looking around. What you did in school? You did sports in school? See, so me and I have nothing to talk about. I can talk to her about something if I choose to, but it no go force me to go find someone or say what she liked. No, if I said to Bossy, what you did in school? You did no sports? You're still in school? See there? You do sports? I hear thing this. So you do something. You get what I'm saying? You can connect with people who are doing something. Like minds. You know them say like minds? Like-minded people. That's how we stay as sports people. We have a connection. That's why when we see somebody at track meet and them get hurt, we stress out. You will now wonder if them all right. Because we can relate to the pain, no? We can relate to the pain. Y'all wonder if them got injured for long. Worse if you see them hold them hamstring. Oh gosh. So in closing, find what you need to balance for you. You know why you look for your teammate or your classmate. Find what you need to balance for you. Balance is a choice every single day. Some days will be good, some days will be bad. And that's in the classroom, and that's at training, or even during competition. There are 50 states in America hungry for Jamaicans. Find the sport that you can get a scholarship for. So for the netballers, basketball is a thing, right? We have had netballers gotten scholarships for basketball and they've gone overseas. What's her name? She passed away recently, the basketball coach. She was a netballer. Simone Forbes, that's now a part of the netball, or part of Netball Jamaica. That's how she got her scholarship overseas. So because we do sports, once you're athletic, you know. For the footballers, if there are any here, I don't know if any footballers are inside here, you too can get a scholarship. They tell you that you have to be exceptional. Well, that is true. There are 50 states in America. You think every school vying for a title? Let's be real. Again, is Campion vying for a Manning Cup title? Or they're just participating? They're participating. It gives the student athletes an opportunity to showcase their talent and utilize their skills. But there's no way they can become looking to compete with Jamaica College, Kingston College, St. Andrew Technical, Hydel, right? When me did I got Andrews me the things that we could have just win champs, then I realized, oh Jesus, between homo hey, level. Because when we did just start with Mr. Bo, they finished like 20 something, right? Hold on. And then him say, if we do this, we can finish in our top 10 the next year. After that, I'll be a top 10 finisher, Ask France. So no, don't do that. But we had to have a plan. We had to find the balance. Forget the objectives. Be a top 10 who did that finish. What got what name corporate area champs? Ask him. Don't do that to my school. Don't it, coach? We don't try style way. But there's nothing wrong if your school now look for win nothing. Your school need fair win for you for participate. You know, just go run and jump and do your part and do your contribution. Do your part. But Jamaicans don't know for do all of people business, you know. Right? Do your part as student athletes. Why you want business? When you look at a team, where would have 80 girls and 90 girls. First of all, they're a co-ed school, and just have whatever them love so stush, which is fine, and immaculate and all ones. I'm all right. We're all right with that, you know. Anyhow, at no point in time, Mr. Bolt, so we look for win. We want to finish in the top 10, and then we realize that we're a big deal. So then we say top 5. And we met some of those objectives as well. So I'm just saying to say, you see, all the pretty St. Hughes girl, we used to fray down in a netball, you know. So every school have their purpose. Every one inside their student athletes, you have your purpose. You have to find it. So not just a guard training just because you want to kill time. That's a waste of time. You could have sit down under one tree and tell your parents say do that. And school training. But if you go to the training, I mean, if you're going to really do, oh no, sports training hard, you know. Look, I play business house netball, honey. And let me tell you, some days I be wondering if Mr. Nevers thinks a national team we're a child for, like, hold up, what's going on? We're grown women, right? So just imagine you all, you know, looking, because some of you are winners, not because your school isn't winning, doesn't mean you are not a winner. You are a winner. So like I said, 50 states in America. We don't love use Google. We don't love go on internet. Search the internet. There's a school that match you. Coach might not like it. He doesn't need to. Mommy and daddy might not like it. But what if the school like it? And then you come and say, Mommy, boy, no, so they're going to pay a part of the school fee. Or she go like it. Now, so, find what suits you. The upper hand, the student athletes, you know how to balance. And nobody knows. The regular student don't have that on you. But we make the pack leave with sometime because we're tired. Don't make the pack leave you. Pace yourself. You have no need for good in at the 800 or the 1500. You don't even need to do it. but don't make the pack leave you. If coach are going to run it, hypothetically speaking, just make sure you don't make the pack leave you. Him not send you out there for winning now. Because if him send the throw go run the 815, him not send him for win. But don't make the pack leave you. And you must finish, yes? So make sure you finish. Because of that big deal. Sports will take you places. Trust me. Many only dream of about Shiga, Japan. Hi, Miss Flued Out. Miss Flued Out. You went to Japan and where else you went to? Miss Japan. She's not answering. Where else you went to?
Kenya, Costa Rica.
And that's all the time I have for you this morning.
I need another round of applause, Ms. Trishana, please. All right, so I'm going to ask for 2 schools takeaway, and then we're going to take a quick 15-minute break. So, Heidel, I'd love to hear your takeaway from Ms. Trishana that shared. Anyone, let's start with the senior person. Anyone can speak. Casey, you're next. Go ahead.
Okay, so my takeaway from the presentation is that I was underestimating the most important thing, balance. I always say, okay, I'm going to balance stuff and like that, not thinking how crucial it really is. So I think that balance is important and it's a choice. Because I always just say, okay, I'm going to balance up, I don't really do it. So knowing that it's a choice and it's my choice, and the fact that she said that it's not the school that builds you, is what you do at school that makes the difference. So that really stood out to me because I was one of them that I just go to school, training and stuff like that. I'm not really putting in the effort. And then she talked about reading, to put yourself ahead of others. And don't just do that on the field, also do it in the classrooms and stuff like that. And also about not letting the pack leave you. Like, I'm always going to say that, okay, I'm going to catch up either today, tomorrow. I'm always procrastinating and stuff like that. So it was really good to just to get that reassurance and stuff, to be focused, the balance, and not letting the pack leave you and stuff like that, and a little motivation here and there, knowing what you want so it can lead you to the right direction and stuff like that. So that was my takeaway.
Nice job. Very nice job. So the shot putter was chuckling when they said you had to run the 800. Go ahead, Mr. Casey.
Yeah, well, with the 800 meters and with Casey, we believe that the brave may fall but never yield. So as the presenter said, I would finish for my team. But my biggest takeaway from her presentation was making the right choice for you. 2 years ago when I chose Casey, I chose Casey because it was the right choice for me then. And so making that choice again now in terms of universities, it's so important to pick that place that you think that you're going to thrive best in, because sometimes the road is, well, all the time the road is going to get tough, especially as a track and field athlete. And so having made that choice that this is the place for you and this is the place that you think that you're going to thrive best in, I think that it makes that process a lot easier. The process of becoming assimilated with a program, the process of taking the hardships, everything with a grain of salt and moving forward, because that would have been your choice. So I think that the biggest takeaway that any athlete and that I took away from today was ensuring that you make the right choice for you, not necessarily the right choice for your parents or the choice that your coach wants you to make.
Great takeaway. So Ms. Trish dropped some nuggets that's also consistent with what Coach Brown said. You make decision for you. That's what you just said as well. I also had some takeaway that Ms. Trish dropped. Athletes, more is demanded. We are not normal. That resonated with me. Start homework at school. She called it cheat code. Budget your time. That was your takeaway as well. Winning mentality is not only on the track, but also in the classroom. Emphasis on the student athlete. Just says, sport is result-based, so is life. I had a takeaway that's consistent with Coach Brown and Ms. Trishana. Don't suffer in silence. We talk about mental fatigue. Share those struggles with your coaches that can help you. This is a quote I'm going to attribute to you. Sports will take you places others can only dream of. Write it down. Write it down. Sports can take you places others can dream of. Sports is a gateway often that we have an opportunity that we don't see.